Welcome back to Blue and Blur, everybody. My name is Mark.
I'm RJ, and we're here to talk about the trials and tribulations of the Montreal Canadiens and the Toronto Maple Leafs.
That's right. So there's a lot to talk about lately. There's some news that's been coming out. The Team Canada's roster has been released just this morning. Today's January 1st. So there's lots to talk about. Let's get right into it. And before I talk about Suzuki, I'd like to talk about one thing that really, really got my goat last night, and that's the hit on Matheson by the Rat Marchand, Brad Marchand. I mean, this is a nasty hit. If you haven't seen it yet, get on the video and take a look. Matheson's got hit once. He had the puck, got hit. As he's collapsing down on one knee, like he was down on one knee when Marchand came in for this nasty ass hit. He came in and gave him an elbow right in the head. Now Matheson is day to day. I think he's been, like last time I checked this morning, he's been put on as day to days for the injuries. So here we go, adding insult to injury. Right? Oh, mind the pun.
There's a good one.
But
so you are funny.
Yeah, sometimes when I try to be. But anyway, so we don't know if Matheson's in or out right now for the game tonight. I don't think anything's been released yet. Other news for the Habs: Montembeault played last night, which was a surprise.
A little too late. He's lost his spot on Team Canada.
Yeah, exactly. That's the thing, right? I looked at the Team Canada roster and the three goalies that came out there. Montembeault wasn't on there. I wasn't expecting him to be on there.
Of course
anyway.
not.
I wasn't. With the season he's had so far, there was no way in hell I was expecting him to be on there. But yeah, another news that came out there. What do we got? We got news. Michael Hage right now is doing really good with Team Canada. Like we got 2 goals, 4 assists,
6 assists.
6 assists.
Yep.
He's got 8 points. Three players for the Montreal team, for the Canada team right now have 8 points, and he's up there tied with them. Now this is a kid. I'm pretty sure we're going to see this kid in Laval next year. Like I think he's still in school right now, but I think next year he's one of the prospects I think that we're going to see in Laval.
It's a bright future for Montreal there.
Yeah, absolutely bright future. Guys for the guys that are in Montreal, prospects that are playing right now into the World Juniors. Of course, we got Michael Hage playing for Canada. Carlos Handel's playing for Germany. LJ Mooney, he's been playing pretty good. He's playing for the U.S. And Atos Koivu, which is I think the son. Is it son of Koivu? I think he is.
Not sure if son or nephew.
He's playing for Finland, and then minus.
I'm not keeping track of Montreal players.
I'm going to bastardize this name right now. Minus Vegvanags. He's playing for Latvia. Latvia.
Oh, I've got a new Wi-Fi password.
Yeah, that's a pretty good one, actually. Yeah.
Add an asterisk, you're good to go.
Yeah, exactly, absolutely. There's not much news coming out of Montreal other than that right now. Suzuki got selected for the Team Canada. I don't think that was a surprise. I mean, I think everybody saw that coming.
He was definitely one of the guys fighting for a spot. Him and Bo Horvat from the Islanders. I was a bit surprised by him, but he scored a goal the other night. He's playing really well. So they lost Konechny, and I was surprised Sam Bennett's not on the team. But I'm really happy to put Tom Wilson on the team. I think he got his 21st goal last night. Yeah. And having him ripping up and down the right side is going to be really good.
Some people were surprised Matheson wasn't on there.
Oh, come on! I thought you said your dad would have, your poor dad would have an angina attack.
I have a love-hate relationship with Matheson.
You were cutting him up in the previous video.
Yeah, some games.
And you want him on Canada?
Some games he's playing amazing. When he's playing good, I guess he's like Montembeault, right?
Wouldn't Noah Dobson be ahead of Matheson on the depth chart? By the way, they're in the teens or the 20s even.
Yeah,
they're down there with Morgan Riley, for God's sakes. Matheson, give me a break.
Yeah, no, like I said, I'm not surprised he's on. But it was the talk in Montreal. If you look at some of the chat rooms in Montreal, they're saying, "Hey, Matheson should have been on there." Yeah. I don't agree with.
I need a password for those chat rooms. I'll blow them up.
Absolutely.
I don't think he's was on. I don't think the Brain Trust was looking at Mike Matheson.
No, absolutely not. No, I don't think they were. Big news also in Toronto past few weeks.
Well, the first one we did have. There was a lot of talk after Washington, Nashville, Dallas. Those 3 games in a row before Christmas. There was a lot of hand wringing. Maybe Berube's going to go, but anyway, they recovered, as we talked about in our last video. That played really well, and they've got 7 points out of their last possible 8. But in the meantime, they did put a head on a spike. They fired Mark Savard. The power play has been brutal this all year. It's been 30th, 31st, even 32nd at times in the league. Yep. So they bounced him, and they brought in Steve Sullivan, who has been with several clubs in various capacities. Most notably Phoenix. I think he had a little bit of a run there. But anyway, he's going to be the new guy to try to solve this power play, which that's going to be a tough order, I think. But anyway, But the thing about him, the media doesn't mention. He played for Toronto Maple Leafs, but he probably. Maybe the worst trade of this century by the Toronto Maple Leafs. They traded Pat Quinn.
I saw something online about
Pat Quinn traded Sullivan for this guy, Dmitry Kirstich, who's got 35 goals or 34 goals with Washington a year before or whatever. And the guy came here and he was just a paycheck player, just there for. And the Leafs even Quinn even gave him a contract, which at that time there was no salary cap. So who cares if this guy put a mask on and robbed Air Canada Centre for $4 million a year or whatever they gave him. It was ridiculous. But Sullivan, Krisic ends up going back to Washington, and then and after in 2 years he's a EuroLeaguer again, and he's gone with the wind.
Yep.
Sullivan goes on for like a 12, 13 year career, 3 or 4 30-goal seasons. A bunch of 60-pointers, a 75-point season, mostly with good runs with Chicago and Nashville. Yeah. And that was a really bad trade by Pat Quinn. Steve Sullivan ended up being a pretty good left winger in this league. Anyway, he's back now, so we could have used him probably earlier, as I say.
Yeah.
We never should have let him go. But he's our power play coach now, so that's.
And there's been a slight improvement from what I've read on the stats. I mean, there's been a slight improvement. Yeah, they're doing a bit better.
I just don't know what they're going to do, but. Right now, the other big story for the Leafs is a lot of injuries. We'll get to Matthews at the end. Nylander out. Then there's Carlos still recovering. And then we've got Joshua got hurt in the Detroit game, was actually had to be hospitalized. Blood in his kidneys.
I feel for you, brother, because I had kidney stones, and believe me, I know that anything with the kidney, it hurts.
Must have been, yeah. You passed it like a Mike Matheson comment. So then, before we get to Tanev and Matthews and whatnot, Stolarz is still out, although he was seen skating the other day. We've never had guy, just like with the Joseph Wall thing, I understand because it was a personal family matter. Don't need to know what that was. Mm-hmm. But with Stolarz, it was clearly it's an injury. They keep on upper body this, upper body that. We don't know if it's a shoulder, a concussion. What's keeping him out so long? And the Leafs are one of the most private teams in the league. Stolarz actually had a baby. Him and his wife had a baby in the midst of all this, and the Leafs announced the birth by saying that Mrs. Stolarz had a lower body situation resolved.
Hey, listen, I'm going to throw a curveball at you because I read this morning about Stolarz. I want you to get your reaction. So I don't know if this is true, if this is just something that was
this is unrehearsed.
But this is something on TV. Yeah. Something on the internet I saw this morning. It's a quote by Stolarz, okay? It says, "I'm back on the ice, but let's get real. This team doesn't need a miracle goalie. It needs urgency, bite, and accountability. I won't save anyone from bad habits. If we want the playoffs, everyone has to bleed for it."
Well, he actually, before he got hurt, he went on a tire. There was one of the games, maybe his second last game, not the game he got hurt in, against, I think it was San Jose in the Scotia Center, and a forward came and rammed him, and no Leafs came to us. It took 20 seconds for Brandon Carlo to say, my goalie's getting hurt, which is, as soon as your goalie gets touched, everybody all in. It's like, like firemen jumping on a fire truck. You get your goalie, you get him out of there. So he really blasted the Leafs. He went to the press after that game. So what he's saying there, he's already said he's still, and it's great to see a guy on this team have some fire because this is the problem with this team. And that 108 points, one of these days anyway, that 108 points in first place overall last year was a bit of a mirage. And exactly what he just said there, the goaltending last year was superb.
Right.
Not only the front man and Stolarz and Wall traded jobs. Yeah. As really 1 and 1A, and both of them were like always kind of a 925, 930 save percentage, and they covered up a lot of mistakes last year. Yeah. And now the goaltending this year, either due injury or call ups. Hildebeest's tried to do a good job, but don't forget he's still an AHL goalie. And they've struggled. Stolarz in particular didn't get off to a good start this year. Yeah. And they're riding goalies with the 870 and 890 save percentages, and the mistakes in their own zone are being uncovered. And part of it might be switching subjects slightly back to Berube and his assistant Derek Lalonde. I mean, maybe the system they're putting in just doesn't work for this type of personnel. Because this dump and chase stuff, I mean, when you got forwards like Nick Robertson, Michelli, Cowan, I don't want to throw him under the bus but Michelli, Robertson, Cowan, and let's face it, the two big paychecks, Matthews and Nylander, they're not dump and chase guys. They're not going to go down there and do like a Sam Bennett, Tom Wilson job, which is what you need for dump and chase. You need some Sam Bennetts and some Tom Wilsons to go in there and really let the other team know what's coming. If when the puck goes down and they got to turn around and skate to go chase the puck, well, they got freight trains coming after them. And the Leafs don't have any freight trains. They got a bunch of Volkswagens. Mm-hmm. I'm telling you, you watch the games, you see it. And the intensity. And I go back to the Blue Jays. That Blue Jay team was so fun to watch, and you could just tell in the dugout, these guys were all cheering for each other, chipping in, and wanting to do whatever it was to win. It was so fun to watch in October. And I watched this Leaf team.
Yeah.
They're just not fun to watch. That bench looks like a bunch of guys okay, you go. I don't want to go out right now. Anyway.
Very much not like Montreal right now, because I get the opposite feeling with Montreal. Montreal bench right now, I get the feeling when I look at this team playing together that they love playing together, and they're having a lot of fun. But they're also younger.
I will say this, going back to the when you see a team that's fun to watch, like we just witnessed with the Blue Jays. I do remember last year, the first round against Washington. That was a fun team to watch. The Montreal Canadiens were doing whatever they could. They took that series to 7 games. And there were some questionable referee calls in that game. That series could have gone either way, whether or not you want to argue about the ref calls. You could tell that team was playing together and doing whatever it was they had to do to win.
Well, I wish last year watching that series, I was wishing that Wilson was on our team. Mm-hmm. I was like, man, we need a guy like Wilson.
I'll sum up the Leafs with two things. One, they're just not likable. Bottom line, they're not a likable team. The head honchos are all just more. I think that sometimes they're more concerned with how many Instagram followers they have than goals and assists. And the second thing is, I just don't think they don't hate losing enough.
Yeah.
They lose, they go, oh, we got to try harder. It's always the same BS.
Yeah.
We didn't execute. Well, we'll try harder next game. I don't know.
There's an argument there for like a performance paycheck, right? A lot of people were talking about that. There should be like a minimum pay. And then, you get performance bonuses from what's expected of you. And if you don't reach these bonuses, well, you're not going to get the $11 million paycheck. You're going to get maybe 5 because you didn't score the amount of goals
Well, it would be nice if
projected.
They paid, if NHL players run a PGA golf system.
Yeah, exactly, right? I mean, there might be a little bit more hustle.
Might see a little more spirited hockey out there.
Yeah, absolutely.
I don't know what they're going to do. And Matthews, Matthews is obviously hurting. And now he's injured, and they say it's a different kind of injury, whatever. Again, the Leafs with the big mysteries.
Yep.
They've got,
but Tanev,
Quincy couldn't.
Did you get into
Quincy,
Tanev
the famous corner, couldn't figure out what's wrong with these guys.
Yeah. You didn't get into Tanev yet, right? Did you?
Well, that was my last thing I wanted.
Yeah.
Thank you for reminding me. I was going to talk about that because this is the other problem with the Leafs from last year to this year. Last year, that Tanev was probably the most. I don't care how many goals Nylander, Matthews, Marner scored. Tanev was the most valuable player on that team last year. He really anchored that defense and gave them 23, 24, 25 minutes a night, where they didn't really have to. The coach could feel pretty good about who he could throw Robertson out there if Tanev's on the ice, that type of thing. This year, Tanev, he's only played 11 games, and he's been re-injured after 3 games back from the concussion injury he had sustained before, and I think it's a shoulder. Again, it's listed as upper body, so who knows?
Apparently, it's a different injury than one.
Oh no, it's different because the other injury was a head injury. Yeah. So he and Berube has actually said probably more than Leafs normally say. He said it looks like it's a fairly serious. He didn't say very serious, but he said it's a serious injury. He's going to need some time off. So
didn't they say Matthews was day to day or
Matthews is day to day, Nylander's day to day. Matthews,
Yeah.
I don't know, starting to look a little Jeffrey Lupul-ish to me. He gets hurt a lot. Yeah. Maybe he's we were talking about his intensity. Maybe he just doesn't like to play hurt either. He gets a hangnail and I can't play. I don't know. There's a situation going on in Vancouver. Vancouver has the same problem. Their highest paid player, Patterson, is being accused of not not trying enough and not being intense enough. And there's a lot of, there was last year there was a dressing room split there with JT Miller and it seems like the Leafs maybe the Leafs have sort of a similar problem. Nobody on the Leafs, Stolarz hasn't named Matthews by name, obviously, but Matthews last year himself after the playoffs said we had too many passengers. So who's he talking about? Because if he's hurt, he's hurt. That's the thing. So maybe he really should be sat down for an extended period. I think that's what should have happened last year. If he's bad enough to fly to Germany, they should have probably let him take half the year off. The Leafs could have used that salary cap break to bring in better players than Scott Laughton, who's playing pretty well right now, and Brandon Carlo. But those guys cost us first-round draft choices and a prospect in Minton. Yeah. So I'm ranting a bit. It's always, we're only, as I said, we're the Leafs are not out of it yet. But boy, oh boy, yeah. And they're doing well. I mean, the last 4 games, that 4-0 victory. But isn't it funny? No Matthews, no Nylander. And all of a sudden they're playing with, Nick Robertson had his 2 assists and had one of his best games.
McCabe, I think, did pretty good too as well, didn't he?
Well, McCabe always does well.
Yeah.
He's no Matheson. But,
no, but I mean, he's picking up some slack, right? He's picking up the slack left behind by players missing.
No, McCabe's played well all year. McCabe's played. And especially after they got Stetcher from Edmonton, that's become the Leafs' number 1 unit.
Yeah,
and I don't know. It's just you watch the games and you just wonder. And when Matthews and Nylander are out there, that last game was really spirited. Yeah. So what's going on in that Leaf dressing room?
I'm just trying to find some news right now. Nylander, this is as of 3:00 on the first. Nylander doubtful to practice with the Leafs, and I can't find anything about Matthews.
He's got a migraine thing again.
But I don't know. I don't know if it looks good for the lineup for tonight against Winnipeg. So we'll have to see about that. But anyway,
but that's the lineup they had for New Jersey. I mean, and guys like Robertson and Cowan. They got to just play him. I mean, I'm the one who said last week, a couple of weeks videos ago, when Robertson just threw the puck out like a peewee. And I get it. That's why he doesn't get to play a lot. But at some point, you just got to keep playing him. I mean, I think Cowan should get a bigger job. He's always on the 4th line. Okay, going to rant again for a minute. I've done this already once before. But this Domi guy, Berube puts him in the press box for a couple of games, brings him back into lets him dress. What does he play? He plays on the first line. How is a guy not good enough to play for 2 games? And then all of a sudden he's going to play beside Matthews on the first line. How does that work? How does that work? He should be on. Go back to the 4th line and work your way up.
Is it because of the injuries? You think? You think they have no choice to bring him up?
Well, they got other guys. I mean, Cowan could play. Cowan could play on the first line. Joshua was playing. And now he's hurt. But back then he would. Put someone else on right wing up there.
Yep.
Cowan's a left winger mostly. Nick Robertson's played. Michelli. Just leave Michelli and let the guy play. We're paying him $3.25 million, and they're saying that he's got all the potential. Let him play 10 games in a row. They sat him for 10 games. But anyway, Domi, I don't care. That's that's where Tree Living. We're going to go into should Tree Living be fired?
What's Domi's contract right now? Has he got a no trade?
No, but he's not tradable. Who would want that guy? And this is the thing: the Leafs
somebody always wants somebody.
The guy played. He's on his 7th team. 6 teams, and no team ever kept him for more than a year or 2. I think once or twice he stayed for 2 years, and he shipped up. Why? Because he's not dependable defensively.
Well,
he's a minus player.
Sounds like we could.
But the Leafs said, well, you know what? I don't know if it's the last name.
Sounds like we could do a whole episode on Domi. Right
4 games, 4 years. They signed him for 4 years. Give me a break.
All right. Well, on that note, don't forget to like and subscribe. Let us know what you think in the comments below. We're going to come back with some more stories. We're going
to do the stories of the year.
So we got to do a next video. Yeah, it's going to be stories
the 3 biggest stories for each team in 2020.
In 2025. Yeah.
Yeah, it's 2026 already. Isn't it? Yeah. Where are the flying cars?
Yeah.
And the station on Mars.
Yep. I remember last year like it was yesterday. Anyways, we'll see you in the next video.
Funny. He is funny.
Have a good day.